fantastic people there. And if you're not already, please do go follow our Twitch, and you can go help us from there. So all should be working. I've got the Twitch chat up. Apologies for the crack of can. That's going to open. Powered by Monster Energy tonight. As we finally try and smash out some of these dwarves and get them finished. So we've got the gold to go on a few of them. We're going to point the camera down and go to the paint angle, and let's get painting. Well, the camera decides to stay at the angle. Bloody thing. There we go. If you're watching, wherever you're watching from, let us know what you're up to hobby-wise. Love to hear what everyone is working on. So where have I put my gold? Balthazar, gold is the choice of colour for our base of our gold. Needs a bit better shake. And so we've got the gold to do, and then we've got to shade the gold, work on our metals, and start doing our runes, and then put the stripes into the mohawks, and we're pretty much done the troops, or at least all the basic dudes, and then we can start on cool magma off. And Marvarian, hello to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, so had a few interesting things happen this week, or more realizations of things like that I want to do. So been looking obviously into the new 40k edition. I managed to get my my copy of Indomitus, which is awesome. Thank you very much to my local friendly game store. Two of them actually have helped me manage to get everything I wanted. Shout out to both Tabletop Warfare and Diablo Computers, who are my local stockists, and they are fantastic, both of them. Oops. Oh, that was lucky. Yeah, so I just put up a video going through the Anvil of Apotheosis too, so after I'm done tonight, everyone should go check that out as well. Bit of fun just seeing how that all works and making my Fleet Master, which is pretty fun. Oh, giant freaking sneeze out of nowhere. Probably because all my paintbrushes are dusty because I've been sitting here all week unloved. Haven't really got a chance to do anything since Wednesday, since the Hobby Hangout on Wednesday. In fact, I haven't done anything since the Hobby Hangout on Wednesday. So been a bit of a slow hobby week, but we're hoping to rectify that tonight and get some stuff and make some progress on these Dwarden. And yeah, if you're hobbying along, let us know what you're working on hobby-wise at the moment. I'm slowly making my way through these. Oh, nice, awesome. Look forward to seeing them, Marvarian. And as always, Don't forget to check the links for our Discord. Should be in the links, the description of the video. Find the link to our Discord server and come along and chat hobby with all the fantastic members of our little community there. That's all the gold in this dude. He's got all his gold done. And yeah, so I actually put a poll up, Aaron, on what I'm going to do for animosity. So there's a poll running on the channel. Fire Slayers most definitely will not be in there. I don't have enough of them. That's a weird statement coming from me. I don't have enough of them. But this is pretty much all the Fire Slayers I own, so there's not enough for me to want to attempt something decent with animosity. So Fire Slayers are just here for more of a painting break. I was painting a bunch of Chaos and Elves and all that sort of stuff, so I never really painted Dwarves or Dwarven. So Fire Slayers got the look in. But I've got a poll up on YouTube. You can find it in my community section on YouTube of what I should do for animosity. I believe the options are Scourge Privateers, my Knights of Kurnoth, which is like a weird sort of Wanderers, Sylvaneth, Cities of Sigmar force. I'll have my Stormcast Eternals, Caradron Overlords, and Skaven are the options. So you can go vote on what you would like to see me do for animosity. Because I am gunning for those hobby awards. I'm gunning for some of those awards, but I'll be doing a mixture of things to do with animosity. So I'll be painting up models, getting armies ready. I should have some narrative lore videos about the army. Don't really have much time to write, so I figured instead of writing the stories, I'm going to tell them. Marvarian, you should go watch the video on animosity that I did. It explained everything about it, but it's not a local thing at all. It's a worldwide narrative campaign that you can do from the safety of your own home. You don't even need to go out and play games. There are lots of different ways you can partake in it, and painting models, writing narrative is literally one of the ways you can partake. So yeah, there's plenty you can do with animosity that doesn't involve having to go anywhere. And yeah, the Fire Slayers I got here should make a nice little Warcry warband. I'd probably go grab a boxer like Hearthguard and flesh out a warband properly. But yeah, if you have any questions about animosity, you should definitely feel free to ask them. Aaron in the chat is also a great person you can ask about animosity. So not only myself, but Aaron, and there's plenty of other great people. I mean, you can search the like hashtag Neo on Twitter or something, and you'll find plenty of people able to help. But I've put together a little video all talking about it. So, yeah, definitely go give that a watch, and that'll explain hopefully a decent amount about animosity for you. No worries, my brain. Go have a watch of that, man. Come back, and yeah, it'll help. And Nate, definitely not. Greywater Fastness is Cities of Sigmar. It will always be a joint army. That's the whole idea of cities now. If you want it to be just dwarves, that's fine. But yeah, it will never be just dwarves anymore. The whole idea of cities is to have that unified, the races unified within them. Yeah, if you want that whole Dwarden like cannons and stuff, I would say go KO. I do love me some good KO. And I think KO were a fantastic take on like taking that dwarven aesthetic and turning it into an Age of Sigmar thing. But yeah, hey Ben, and no, I'm not paying these for the GT, man. At the moment, we've got 16 people signed up that are just South Australian. So depending how the borders go, we may or may not have more people coming from interstate. That all depends on obviously restrictions that are in place. But yeah, at the moment, I shouldn't have to play. Not going to say like if it remains at like 16ish people, I wouldn't mind. Like I don't think I'd have an issue with playing with that many people. because that becomes quite a lot easier to manage. No, and I just, yeah, I don't ask people for reasons why they don't. Nice. But we'll have a good showing. It'll be good regardless. I think everyone will just enjoy getting out, playing some games, and sort of being a little bit back to normal in South Australia. I think that's a great thing about where we are in the world. Is like we're lucky enough that it is potentially going back to normal, sort of, and just being able to play Warhammer again with friends is great. Yeah, I think that's like the most part. I'm just happy to like see everyone again at CDGT. I'm just like, it's not how I wanted my first GT. It's not how I probably wanted my first GT to go. 16 people. I was hoping for the big 50 and selling out, but it is what it is, and I'm going to run it. It's going to go ahead, and who knows? It'll be the first GT in South Australia for Age of Sigmar that a South Australian may very well win, unless the New South Wales guys can come over and Coach comes over and wins it. CDGT, Nate. So that is the tournament I'm running for Age of Sigmar, a grand tournament. 2 days, 5 games. Armies must be fully painted. 2,000 points, match play, Age of Sigmar. No, Ben, I'll catch you later, mate, and I'll see you soon enough. My variant, so how do you paint for animosity? You literally just do before and after shots, and they'll be like submit on like the website. You'll be able to submit results, and you just do that. It'll tell you what to do on this when the submitting goes up. So yeah, every week you just start something, finish something, and that'll be your thing. I'll be trying to. Nah, it's all good, my variant. Completely get what you're trying to do, man, and glad you're watching that video because animosity should be a ton of fun. Yeah, there's a whole ton of. You can go back and check the old animosity campaigns as well, and read up on them. So it's all pretty cool, and it's all linked, and there will continue to be more and more animosity campaigns as the years go by. So this is just number 2 so far. Love it, my variant. That sounds amazing, man. And that's all what this is about. So there'll be there's a couple of cool options. I can't remember what's winning. I'll go through. I'll check on my community tab and see what's winning at the moment of what I'll be doing. From the look of it, 63 votes. It definitely at the moment. The top 2 are Scourge Privateers, winning it with 27% over the Knights of Kurnoth, which have a nice 24%. So they're next, and then 17% for both Barrack Zone and Clan Scars, KO and Caradron Overlords. That's KO, Caradron Overlords, and Skaven, and then the Defenders of Vizier Stormcast with 14%. The last one. Yeah, no, should be pretty cool. A ton of fun. So I'm not sure what I'll be painting yet, but I'll go with whatever the crowd decides they want me to paint, and make my best attempt to get some decent hobby done for it. I love my Scourge Privateers, man. Like I said, they're sort of what the whole base, the whole channel is built upon. That the fact I played Scourge Privateers for a year. Nice. Yeah, Scourge Privateers are my jam, man. I love them. I just use the Anvil of Apotheosis to make my Fleet Master. But yeah, no, they should be. Whatever gets picked, I'll be happy with, and it'll be a ton of fun to work on that project, regardless of what it is that gets picked. And yeah, as mentioned, you can go vote on what you want me to do for Animosity over on on the YouTube, there should be a thing in my channel's community section where you can see the options up there and vote for what you would like me to do during Animosity. So it'll be a month worth of painting, whatever the community chooses. Well, over a month's worth of painting, whatever the community chooses for me. As mentioned, those options are Scourge Privateers, Knights of Kurnoth, which is like a Wanderer's Cross Sylvaneth idea. There will also be Stormcast, Kharadron Overlords, and Skaven. Yeah, Envelope of Apotheosis is just in the GHB. It's pretty simple. It's just like a 6-step sort of thing to creating a cool little character for use in your games. And yeah, definitely recommend having a check out. The narrative stuff inside the GHB is always fantastic, and I think often overlooked. And we just got this giant horn to get the gold on, and that's the last thing of gold we have to do on all the troops, and then we can wash that, and we'll start picking out some highlights on the metal. I would always recommend my variant grabbing the GHB every year. The narrative content in it changes every year. There's always some fantastic stuff in there. I know a lot of people don't play narrative stuff, but if you definitely enjoy like lore and you enjoy that sort of gaming, telling a story with your games, the narrative and even the open play stuff is fantastic. Alright, go, so we can start applying a wash to all these now. I'm just going to double check my painting guide and make sure I put the right wash on, because there's nothing worse than putting the wrong wash on something. And P478, nice to see you there over on Twitch. Sorry, I've only just noticed that the thing's gone up on the Twitch. Rifle Flesh Shade is what we're using. Yeah, definitely getting models is like the first thing. I mean, there's no point getting anything to use your models in if you don't have a place, if you don't actually have models. But Yeah. And where's my Rifle Flash Shade? Again, Rifle Flash Shade. Wet palettes are great, especially if you're in warm or muggy climate. At the moment, it's rather quite cold. Where I live in South Australia, it's either really hot or really cold. And we generally get like cold, cold, or we get like hot, hot. So I am probably going to pick one up during the summer, but at the moment, it's not a thing for me. Paints last long enough on just this nice tile. Um, what's interesting about like a tile or something like stone or even metal is it's much colder than what your paint pots are, so it can stay quite. Your paints can stay quite wet for quite a long time on like something this cold. Like I can touch my desk and it's the like stone here is much colder. But wet palettes, I've heard really good things about red grass, and that's definitely where I'm looking to get a wet palette. Oh, nice, my variant. Boulder is definitely one of my favorites. Probably my second favorite. I'm a bit of a fan of Schreier. Yeah, dinner plates are another good one because they're ceramic. They hold cold. A good tip with like your dinner plate if you're going to start painting is chuck it in your fridge and then bring it out to use. That'll actually help keep your paints wetter a little bit longer just because it's cold. So now we're just applying a wash on pretty much everything. All my gold parts. Probably need to get a small brush for this. Oh, the right ogres can have the guns. Yeah, one in every two can have the cool little water fire thrower. I really do love rat ogres. Rat ogres are one of my favorite things that really got me into Skaven properly. I'd like if Skaven won. I think that's like the idea of what I put all the armies that could win. I wouldn't mind painting any of them. That was sort of the idea behind it. Is that any of those armies on the poll, I wouldn't mind winning at all. I'd love to paint any of them. If I do Stormcast 2, it'll definitely be like Warrior Chamber stuff. But yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what I am going to be painting up for Animosity. So, who did anyone order Indomitus or manage to get themselves a copy? I know there's been a lot of issues around with it. It's unfortunate some people could not get the boxes they wanted. I did manage to get one myself, which I'm quite happy about. Luckily, I'm in good with my local friendly local game store, and they put one aside for me, which is really nice of them. They're fantastic. I look forward to painting that and playing some Crusade games. Just a tiny bit there. Snap. All the little bits of gold are finding that I've missed now. Joy. There's so many little bits of gold I've missed here and there on these guys. Oh dear. Little bits at the end of their beards, and there's just so many little details that are still gold that I've missed a bit on every one of them. Missed quite a few bits on this dude. Just so much I've missed. Right, this dude, I've not missed anything. I stand corrected, found the bits already. Oh, this is getting annoying now. I'm finding bits and pieces everywhere that I've missed. And this guy. Alright, I think it's time we double checked everywhere before we go onto the wash stage. Oh dear. But yeah, so just double checking we've got all the bits of gold that need to be gold before we move on to washing. There seems to be quite a few bits missed here and there. Alright. Now we can move on to washing because but yeah, so what's everyone else been working on hobby-wise over the past few days? Been busy week this past week, so not much hobbies got done. So we're still trying to smash out these fire slayers. Definitely not at the pace of getting a 2,000 point Gloomspot army done in 10 days. We're not going at that pace at the moment. Hopefully, for Animosity, I hope to pick up my pace a little bit and get a bit more done than what I have done over recent weeks. So whatever gets picked out of the armies that are available for that, I hope to sort of try and smash out as much as I can with that. You know, attempt something crazy like, can I paint 1,000 points in a week? You know, 5 weeks of Animosity, could I do 5,000 points or something in that time? Really want to try and push myself with Animosity. That sounds like a stretch, but like I painted 1,000 points of Stormcast in 12 hours. So 12 hours, if you did that every day, and took that to a week. So what's that? 12 hours every day. What's the math? It's late. Math is hard. 12 divided by 7. I'd need to do under like 1.75 hour and 45 minutes every day. So 2 hours painting every day to do 12, and I know I can paint 1,000 points of Stormcast in 12. So, no. Would that be a possible thing? That would be a task, but not one I'm against trying. Like, I'm always up against trying to push myself to do as much hobby as possible. It's really got me thinking now, like, is that a possible attempt, like 5,000 points in 5 weeks? Could I really do that? Really got me thinking on that now. Is that something that could be done? What do people in the chat think? Like, do they think that's attainable? Bit of gold on this guy too. That's one of the ones I did today. Oh dear. Lots more. Oh, missed. You know what? If I manage to get a 5,000 point army done too, maybe we'll do a 5,000 point battle report on the channel. That would be pretty darn awesome. And if you're just joining us, wherever you're joining from, let us know what you're working on and how your hobby's been going over the past week. Alright, well that's all the wash done. So might we wait for the washes to dry because we're probably only going to do one last thing for the night. Might get the wash down on this guy. First, we probably need to get another base coat down just to make sure that Avalon Sunset is all nice and coated evenly. So we'll go a bit of Avalon Sunset on the magma drop just to finish up and make sure he's got a nice coating of this and it's gone into all the nooks and crannies. Hey Chaos Spawn Wargaming, nice to see you there, mate. Thanks for joining us over on the what do you call it? The Twitch. That's the word. I always say Twitter, and I'm like, that's not right. It's late for me, and we're just getting enough base coat of this down, and then we're probably going to call it a night after this. Our hobby in. Just to end my week on a good note. Get some hobby done. Got the gold done tonight. Got the wash on the gold, so there's not much else I can do. It's really cold, so the washes are taking ages to dry. So just making sure his base coat is all nice and done. Magma Drop's base coat here is just all nice and covering everything it needs to. So when I go back to starting, so when I get to starting on him, this yellow is nice and covering everything. Alrighty, that looks like that for him. So let's have Magma Drop in the background. But I think that's going to be it for today for Hobby. Just a nice little hour of Hobby with you all. Been lovely chatting to everyone in the chat, letting us know what you're doing. Don't forget to definitely go check out the video I posted on Animosity. You can find that in the videos on the channel a couple of videos ago. Really recommend going and giving that a look on YouTube. Animosity campaign should be a ton of fun. Should be a great way to build and do some hobby. And have a meaning and play sort of to a narrative, whether it's gaming or whether it's building, painting, telling a story, writing a story, etc. It all can be a part of Animosity. So definitely go give that video a watch. It'll tell you how you can partake and what you can do inside the hobby. Up to my pretty face now. And yeah, definitely check out Animosity. But without further ado, thanks everyone for watching. Stay safe, stay well. Most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. And last of all, a shout out to all of the patrons. You guys are fantastic and make everything I do possible. And subscribers, followers, and just people here watching, you all do the same. Thank you, everyone. Ciao for now.